Hello everybody, I'm gonna be explaining how to fulfill your dream to become an ESL teacher in Thailand. This video will cover all these areas which you must know to become a teacher. So if you want to know what is needed to be a teacher here, then stick around until the end of this video. Okay, before we get into requirements and all the process, let's talk about opportunity here as a non-native English speaker. Believe me if I say there is a high demand for teachers in Thailand. Look at this newspaper's headline. Some of the schools said they need native English speakers, but come on, let's be practical. There are just a few native English speakers in the world. Statistically, there are more qualified non-native ESL teachers in the world. So, in the job description, they may say like native English speaker needed, but neglect it and you must apply for it. Okay, first of all, let me make sure that we are on the same page. What do we mean by non-native English speakers? Here is the list of native English speaking countries. If your country is not on the list, then you are also considered as a non-native English speaker. I brought it up because in some countries, English is an official language, but it doesn't make you become a native English speaker. You may think that the majority of foreign teachers working here are native English speakers, but it is not. The vast majority of ESL teachers are from the Philippines. They are non-native English speakers. The UK comes second. As I'm from Burma, you can also call me in as a non-native English speaker who is currently working in Bangkok. Okay, now let's talk about what makes you qualify as an ESL teacher. I will prioritize the most significant requirements than less important ones. So, what is vital here? It is your accent. When we are talking about accent, it is very debatable because people are like, as long as you can be understood, it is okay. I know what you're saying. Grammar accuracy and pronunciation accuracy are not as important as communicative competency. But here, your accent matters. But be in mind that if you have a neutral English accent, you will surely get a job here. But if you feel like you have a thick accent, then don't give up. Don't worry about that. You can practice it. Here, I'm gonna show you some link. So it is the YouTube channel, Rachel's English, and I really like her because I also practice my accent with her. So here it is the book, like the book's name is Mastering American Accent. So now the another requirement is your bachelor's degree. Now you may be wondering like, bachelor's degree in which field? You might have specialized in business administration or your major was philosophy. It doesn't matter as long as you have a bachelor's degree and your accent is clear, you're gonna get a job. But of course, if you have a bachelor's degree in education, you're gonna get a job real soon because it is preferable. So now let me explain a little bit about why I listed as second priority and why your good command in English is the first. It is because some schools are still willing to hire you as an assistant teacher even though you do not have any degrees. I must say like it rarely happens, but you still have a chance even though you do not have a degree. Okay, so what are the other requirements? So now I am going to mention some of the additional requirements. If you meet these additional requirements, then your CV will stand out from the rest of the candidates. So the first one is TEFL certificate and another one is TOEIC test score. First off, let's talk about TEFL. TEFL stands for Teaching English as Foreign Language. You must be a 120-hour-long TEFL certificate holder. It must be an on-site certificate. If it is an online qualification, and some schools will reject your CV. TEFL is a course where you have to learn how to be a qualified teacher. So these are the modules that you have to come across when you are taking the course. Some schools require this because they want to make sure that you are familiar with the teaching methodologies. In other words, they want to hire a person who knows how to handle the classroom. So it is one of the best way to assess your abilities in it. So that's why they ask for your TEFL certificate. Some of the schools, especially private schools, will require your TOEIC test score. I know it sounded a little bit unusual because TOEIC test is not like the standardized test that we usually see in our countries. So like we normally take IELTS or TOEFL, but here TOEIC test is a thing. So TOEIC test is very common here. Some of the institutions mention that you must have TOEIC test score at least 650. Some will require more than 800. Here in Thailand, asking for your TOEIC test score is very common if English is spoken in the workplace. But personally speaking, I do not think that it is necessary. And when I applied for a job, I didn't have any TOEIC test score and I still got some job offers. Okay, you may want to know if working experience is necessary here. So for the question, I'm gonna say no. You do not need any experience to work here. But of course, your CV will be appealing if you have some teaching experience. But it doesn't mean that the one without experience can get a job here. If you do not have experience, then it is still okay. You can show off your English pronunciation and your fantastic teaching styles in your teaching demonstration and interview. By the way, teaching demonstration is a mess here. Once your CV is shortlisted, you're gonna get a callback for a teaching demonstration. So now let's talk about how to apply for a teaching job. There are three options. The first one is online application. So here, arjun.com. It is very popular one, arjun.com. Arjun is in Thai language and it means teacher. You can see all the job offers here for native English speakers and for non-native English speakers. So here, let me remind you again, if you see NNES, it means non-native English speakers and NES mean native English speakers. My advice for you is that even though they say like only for Filipinos or only for NES, neglect it and apply for it. The second option you have is walk-in applications. First, you have to prepare your CV and then you have to go to schools one after another to meet the manager of the school administration or school recruitment team. It sounded like very tiring, so I didn't choose this option. So what I did was third option. It is applying for a job through an agency. In the arjun.com, some applications are directly from schools and some are from the agency. If you send your CV to agency, they will contact you for interviews and teaching demonstration. But some people do not like these options. Their concern is the agency might deduct a lot of money from their salary. But it didn't happen to me and I got 26,000 bahts when I started. In terms of salary, native English speakers make more money. For us, the salary we can expect is from 20,000 bahts. So don't be so desperate. You can go any lower than that. But you need to take some other things into consideration, like what other benefits they are gonna provide. Some schools can offer you like free accommodation, lunch, and also health insurance. Then I will say go for it. Before I get a job here in Bangkok, I got a job offer from a school in Pattaya and they plan to give me 24,000 bahts plus free accommodation and free lunch. But I declined it since I wanted to work here in Bangkok and I had some other reason. Okay, now let's talk about visa. Once you got a job here, your agency or your employer will arrange your non-immigrant visa and work permit. Non-immigrant visa is 1,900 bahts. Your work permit is 3,100 bahts. In total, it is 5,000 bahts. Normally, the school or your agency will cover this expense, so you don't need to worry about how you apply for work permit or non-immigrant visa. All you have to do is do your best in the application process. Finally, I'm gonna tell you which month of the year is the best time to come here. First, let me tell you, your physical presence is very important here. Because once you send your CV to the schools, they're gonna contact you for interviews and teaching demonstration. Then you must go to school for that. On top of that, some schools will not even look at your CV if you do not have Thailand address and local phone number. The best time to come here for job seeking is from February to April because the school year starts in mid-May. The second best time is October and November because it is before the second semester. What I mentioned here is the school year of public school. So for private school, they start the school year differently. Okay, now I think I cover everything you must know. But if you still have further questions, then you can always ask me in the comment section. I'm gonna answer it to the best of my abilities.